Late, overcrowded buses are a daily pain for many in Halifax, and that's if you can even catch one. Like many Halifax Transit users, Karen Kiley is familiar with the sinking feeling of watching her bus blow by.
Okay. And now it's walk time.
Okay. She was passed almost every day this summer when the bus had too many people on board. Her commute recently improved because Halifax Transit put a larger bus on her morning route after months of complaints. These situations are called overloads, and they've jumped by 180% this past fiscal year compared to the previous one, according to municipal data. While Kylie can now at least get on the bus, it's standing room only, even when she goes to work in Burnside around 6 a.m.
I have half a chance if I can make it to a bar and
Right.
hold on, like, for the,
Okay.
with the bar.
Next stop, Wise Road, after
Yeah.
Jameson Street.
Oh, yeah. Pain.
She says standing with a chronic back injury means a 6 out of 10 pain level every day.
You know, you just have to try and grit and bear it. But, you know, should I really have to?
Next stop.
Riders often deal with late or early buses, which makes it hard to connect to other routes. The system's on-time performance, whether a bus reaches its stops on schedule, for the past year was 73%, down from the year before. The target is 85%.
If someone was to ask you, oh, I work, you know, around in the suburbs, let's say, or even Burnside, you know, oh, I'm thinking of relying on transit.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
It's not reliable.
Part of that reliability issue is that apps aren't always accurate. Sometimes it says a bus is arriving, but then it never shows up. Or the countdown will go from saying a bus is 10 minutes away to 1 minute. The people behind these apps say they're only as good as the data they get from cities like Halifax. The Transit app, based in Montreal, says Halifax's data was accurate about 70% of the time in June.
If you don't know when your bus is coming, you're a lot less likely to rely on public transit. And so paying attention to these little details is something that transit agencies across Canada do every day, right? And pushing those numbers up and up and up as high as they can be is really important.
These issues aren't new. Facebook groups have daily posts from people venting about their experiences. Counselors have shared stories of transit making nurses late for their shifts or parents missing daycare pickups. It's a system that now costs $3 a trip. Fares went up by 25 cents this month for the first time in 5 years. Halifax councillors approved that increase, but some weren't happy.
I know it's a complex issue and I know it's not an easy solution by any means, but I just feel like it's kind of in poor taste to raise the fare at this time.
If I go to my residents and encourage them to take the bus, it's a joke because they're overcrowded, they're not on time, and I don't have a solution for them.
Halifax Transit did adjust some routes in August, and they say more changes are coming in November. There's also a new pool of standby buses that have been freed up to respond to daily issues as needed. The operations team is reorganizing, and they're bringing on more staff. But at the end of the day, Transit's executive director has said overloads won't ever completely disappear.
That is a bit of an unfortunate reality of a transit system, that you are going to have overloads from time to time. So it is an issue that, occurred for years. It's something you track. It's something you try to address.
Like many other riders, I was infuriated by that comment, for lack of a better word. It's trying to mislead people into thinking that is how the system is supposed to be. It's not. Transit's not supposed to be like that.
Right. Trenholm regularly takes the bus from his home in Lower Sackville to work in Burnside. His shifts are often in the evening, when the bus frequency slows down. On a good day, it takes 45 minutes, but has gone up to 3 hours. This spring, there were 2 weeks in a row when his bus simply didn't show up.
Now we're going 2 hours without a bus through here, which was where I was at. There's a complete lack of infrastructure here. It's raining and I'm trying to catch a bus home. And I was just kind of at my wit's end at that point.
But despite the issues, more people are taking the bus. Ridership grew by 12% this past year. HRM says the city's major population growth and development has created more traffic on the roads.
The buses are stuck in the same congestion that everyone else is. So the fewer people in cars, the better that transit trip is. Definitely hoping to get on a positive cycle with that. More riders means more reliability in some cases.
What will really help are more bus lanes, but those take time and money. The city often holds up its proposed rapid transit system as the long-term solution. It would see a network of 4 main lines that run buses every 10 minutes. But the city needs federal and provincial funding to make that happen, which hasn't been announced.
The only concern we have is the timeline and where it would be a huge game changer for Halifax today. We don't want to be sitting here at 2035 thinking to ourselves, this is a great system, but it's a system we needed a decade ago, not what we need today.
Money has been committed for a ferry from Bedford to downtown Halifax, but that will take at least 4 years to start. Overall, Wetmore says Halifax gets a C on his report card. Not failing, but lots of work ahead.
Transit needs to be a big priority and a big concern today, not in the future years.
For people taking the bus or thinking about ditching their cars, major improvements can't come soon enough. Haley Ryan, CBC News, Halifax.